Welcome, everyone. Thank you so much for joining today. For those of you who I don't know, I am Alyssa Vine. I'm the University Director of Credit for Prior Learning. I sit within CUNY's Central Office of Academic Affairs, and my job is really to support campuses in their implementation of CUNY's Credit for Prior Learning policy, and to try and make more credit for prior learning opportunities available to students across the university. Okay, so the goals for today's session, and for those of you who aren't necessarily aware, this year we've been doing a series of professional development sessions aimed primarily at faculty, but also at the many different administrative departments that are connected to credit for prior learning work. And we have been aiming to bring different topics and issues in the credit for prior learning space to a wider audience at CUNY in hopes of engaging and helping more people understand and support credit for prior learning work. And today's session, like all of the sessions we've been offering this year, is presented in partnership with our colleagues with the CUNY Innovative Teaching Academy, CETA. So we really appreciate their support and engagement on this work as well. The goals of today's session, which is focused on work-based learning, is to really give participants today a clearer sense of what we mean by work-based learning in the credit for prior learning space, get some definitions that we're all comfortable with related to when we're thinking about internships and apprenticeships and other experiences that fall in this work-based learning category. We want participants to also come away with a sense of the components that make up a work-based learning experience as we learn from a number of different presentations that we'll see from different programs that are currently in place across the university. And we also want to think about what credit for prior learning means in this context, and to recognize the process that's involved in awarding credit for work-based learning experiences, and also some of the challenges and the different ways that this is starting to come to life across the university. So the real crux of today's session, we'll be hearing from presenters from 4 different programs. We'll hear from colleagues at LaGuardia Community College about their Mastercard Apprenticeship program in cybersecurity. We will hear from Lehman College's School of Business about their embedded internship program. We will hear about the work that's happening at BMCC with their apprenticeship program. And we'll also hear from CUNY Reading Corps about the work that they're doing around literacy in teacher education programs. Before we jump into that work, I wanted to give just a little bit of very quick context about what credit for prior learning is. For those that aren't familiar, CUNY has had a policy in place since 2020. Work is ongoing to implement and build out different opportunities for students to access this academic process that gives students the opportunity to earn credit for college level learning that's acquired outside of the traditional college classroom. And we rely on a variety of different methods for awarding credit for prior learning. The ones that are specified in CUNY's policy include standardized exams, non-collegiate coursework, which can mean industry certifications. It can refer to military training, certificate programs, other kinds of workplace trainings and credentials, also portfolio assessment, and challenge exams. It's interesting with work-based learning because there can be parts of each of these that become an element of the credit that students could be eligible for through work-based learning experiences. And we'll hear more about that as we go on today. I also wanted to just highlight that one of the reasons that credit for prior learning is such an important focus for the university, and that we're really trying to build a broader community of practitioners, has to do with national data that tells us that credit for prior learning can contribute to increases in completion and persistence for students, and it also saves them time and money on their path to degree completion. I would encourage encourage everybody to take a look at the Council on Adult and Continuing Education, or excuse me, the Council on Adult and Experiential Learning, which is known as CALE, their report that goes into detail on the ways that these impacts can serve students and the opportunity that exists to serve more students over time. And CUNY is really well positioned to try and build out opportunities that can help make these benefits available to more students. I wanted to also just quickly highlight a few things about the CPL policy that tend to come up as questions. On the left-hand side is the actual policy language, which I know can be very dense as policy language can. But ultimately, a few things to know about CUNY's policy is that faculty are the ones who really determine the alignment and decide the appropriate equivalencies and credit awards for different kinds of learning experiences. Also, CPL credit can be awarded for major courses. It can be awarded for to fulfill general education requirements. It can also fulfill departmental electives. It can also fulfill general elective credits, but we try to emphasize, and the policy emphasizes, that these would be less beneficial to students. So that's why we feel it's important to just mention that that these credits that actually fulfill requirements on the path to degree completion should be the goal when thinking about creating CPL opportunities. One thing that our policy is very specific about is that when students transfer from one CUNY college to another, CPL credits that they've earned at their original college transfer as though they took the course at the original college. So they're learning the CPL is not subject to reevaluation by the receiving college, but rather transfers as though they did take that course at the initial college. Additionally, our policy is specific that CPL credits do not fulfill residency requirements. So these are just a few. There's a lot more to learn about credit for prior learning, CUNY's policy, and more generally. And I would definitely encourage anybody here to go back to the recorded sessions that we've posted over the course of this academic year and other resources that we have on CUNY's CPL website to learn more. And if you are interested and have questions about it, I am happy to talk to anybody about CPL at CUNY at any time. So, but did just want to frame for today's discussion some of these basic but really important elements of the policy. At this point, I am going to introduce my colleague, Amna Malik, who's the University Senior Director of Career Development and Internships in CUNY's Office of Careers and Industry Partnerships. Amna and I are partners in this work, and she knows quite a lot about the way that CUNY is really thinking about apprenticeships, internships, and other forms of work-based learning. So at this point, Amna, please feel free to jump in.
Thank you, Alyssa. Good morning, everyone. I hope everyone is well. As Alyssa mentioned, I work in the Office of Careers and Careers and Industry Partnerships, also known as OSIP. Hopefully, many of you have heard of our office and the work that we do with many of the students that you work with. So in our office, we work with internal and external partners on preparing students for successful careers and our goal is that 80% of all of the AAS and bachelor recipients through CUNY consistently are employed after graduation. To reach this goal, we work on creating intentional connections between the disciplines, workforce skills, and employment outcomes. We work to boost participation in paid internships, apprenticeships, and other experiential learning opportunities. We also work to increase proactive connections to employers. And we do this through the different units within our office, whether it's employer engagement, whether it's developing partnerships with existing fellowships and internship and apprenticeship programming, and also working with alumni to make sure that they can come back and either provide connections to their employers or help our students be prepared and understand the values of this work-based learning. And all of these goals were created to help meet the goal of 30,000 internships by 2030, which were established in the CUNY Strategic Plan, Lifting New York. So all of this is basically to make sure that our students are prepared and ready for the goal of employment afterwards and making sure that they're competitive. So currently, university-wide internships serve around 4,500 students within my office. Even when these opportunities are available, students decline to participate and raise their hands. And this is either due to competing obligations, which we know our students have, a lack of awareness of these opportunities, and they also underestimate the value of these opportunities and internships. There's also perception of the internships being ancillary to their academic journey. And we work in our office to make sure that students understand, like, for them to be successful and to apply what they're learning in the classroom, it's really important for them to take on these opportunities and apply these skills and grow. So all of this work that we do is to improve and scale paid work-based learning through our program, like I mentioned. And these programs include Spring Forward, Career Launch, CUNY Cultural Core, our CUNY MT internship. So we're looking and thinking about what the students are learning, what disciplines they're taking on, and which sectors and industries and partners they should be connecting with. For example, in CUNY Cultural Core, we are working with art galleries, museums, zoos, any culture institution that the students can take what they're learning and understand what it means to apply it, but also build and grow their network and understand what it means so that when they're ready to go into employment after graduation, or even like towards the end of their degree path, they're ready to take on that work. We also work with, and you'll hear more about this later on, with colleges on the apprenticeship programming, making sure that students are coming to us, putting the time in, and working with employers to prepare themselves for that graduation that after their apprenticeship is complete. So all of these areas of work have goals to help students gain the experience and skills needed to attain employment and be competitive when it comes to salaries upon graduation. Another way that we're focusing on work-based learning is thinking about embedded internships. So this is a pilot that we launched, and you'll hear more about this later on too, is we're working with colleges to pilot how we can assist in ensuring that degree pathways are aligned with this work. And the goals of these pilots are to increase student participation in paid internships, expand the number of majors that offer at least one internship course, and expand sustainable funding sources that are identified and implemented for students for internship wages. So this means whatever college you're at, whatever work you're doing, we want to partner with you and support you to ensure that you can find ways to increase and embed these opportunities into your curriculum, into your degree path, into your coursework. And we have many different ways that we're doing this. There's an initiative called Careers Across the Discipline that we're working on that does the embedded internships. We're also going to be doing other campus-wide career work that will help you understand what is best for your students and for your degree paths and embed it into there. And all of these goals are tied into making sure that students gain early career experience to demonstrate proficiency for their work and to ensure that they are fully integrated into their degree path. There's a lot more work that we need to do. There's a lot more that we need to learn, but we want to do this and accomplish these goals. And in our office, collectively, we're trying to work to proactively connect the students to make sure that they have these work-based paid opportunities with a focus on serving students as early as possible. I know this was a lot of information. I apologize. I will send over additional information in my contact. I'm more than happy to meet with colleges individually, talk more about how we can work with you and what you're doing. And the goal is to be creative. There's not one solution, one answer for everyone, but we want to make sure that it's something that we can fit into where you are and what you're doing.
Thank you so much, Amna. At this time, we're going to jump into 4 presentations. We're going to go very quickly, and our first presenters today are from LaGuardia Community College. Professor Doyle Paul will kick us off there. And Doyle, just let me know to advance your slides.
Sure, thank you. Good morning, everyone. I am Doyle Pal, Professor of Computer Science from LaGuardia Community College. I am here with my colleagues Marsha Oropeza, our Director of Credit for Prior Learning at LaGuardia, and Praveen Kumar Khetabat, who is also a Professor of Computer Science. So I'm going to talk about the established apprenticeship program that LaGuardia has with Mastercard for the cybersecurity major. Can you please go to the next slide? So the apprenticeship program that we have at LaGuardia, that is from 2022. So it's like third year cohort. They are pursuing their apprenticeship program this year. The main goal of this apprenticeship program was to equip our students for a skilled workforce with the foundational knowledge, theory, and hands-on training. So we see that there is a visible gap when students go to the industry, and we wanted to bridge that classroom learning and the industry environment through this apprenticeship program. And for that, we prepare our students to apply for the apprenticeship program. And then during their second year at LaGuardia, they go for the apprenticeship program, and then they learn from their industry professionals with the skill set that they need. And after that, I mean, most of them, all of them actually, they got hired full time at Mastercard. So the first year they stay at LaGuardia, we prepare them for the apprenticeship application. They take the regular courses, and once they fulfill their like certain credits, then they apply for the apprenticeship program. Also, this is a very good opportunity for our students because when they go to Mastercard, they are apprentice, but they are learning and they are working with the full-time industry professionals with the regular project, a real-world project. It's very important skill set for them. I mean, it prepares them for their professional career, and also through the apprenticeship program as well as the courses that they take at LaGuardia, when they graduate, they will be like completely prepared to join the industry. Can you please go to the next slide? So the eligibility for the apprenticeship program is they have to be a full-time student who is pursuing cybersecurity AS degree at LaGuardia. They have to have minimum 2.75 GPA, and they have to complete the 30 credits. Once they're eligible for applying the apprenticeship program, then during their second year, Mastercard takes interview to all the applicants. And whoever gets selected, they get to work with the Mastercard for next 1 year. So generally the apprenticeship program, it starts after the summer. So from summer to like next like September to June, it generally continues for 9 months. And when they go for the apprenticeship program, they go to Mastercard for 2 to 3 days, depending on like which project they are working on. And rest of the 2 days or like 2.5 days, they come to LaGuardia to take their regular courses. So while they are working at Mastercard, they are still a student of LaGuardia, so they complete their other courses at LaGuardia. And through their apprenticeship program, they also get enrolled in a special section of the courses for which they get credits. I'm going to talk about it in the next slide. Can you please go to the next slide? So we give them credit for 3 courses throughout the 9 months. They go to Mastercard, the skill set that they're getting. They also have a supervisor at LaGuardia who continuously check their progresses, who continuously speak with them, like if they need anything, what are the topics they are learning, if they need any kind of like special accommodation for the classes. So the supervisor takes care of like their learning at LaGuardia, and sometimes it depends on the job responsibilities, the topics they might get changed. So when we design the apprenticeship program, depending on the cybersecurity job responsibilities, we match the courses. So the mapping, it happened with the KSM mapping that is based on the NICE workforce framework for cybersecurity. So throughout the nation, the cybersecurity workforce, they maintain a standard, and that's what we call NICE framework. So based on the KSM mapping, knowledge, skill, and ability, we matched all the courses. And these are the 3 courses that map to 37: computer security, advanced system security, and internship program for computer majors. These are the 3 courses that matches best with the job responsibilities. The job roles or like the job designation name is always not the same, and that is the reason every year when students get hired or like go for a particular apprenticeship job responsibilities, the supervisor speaks with the Mastercard connection, and then they see like if students are lacking anything. It's always like more than 85% match with the course content, and rest of the 15% that is lacking, that they generally finish it throughout the learning platform that Mastercard offers. So the supervisor keeps talking with their manager, and then based on that, they come up with some courses from the Mastercard learning tool, and then they have to finish those courses. So to get the credit, they have to finish all the courses through Mastercard online platform, as well as they have to finish their job responsibility at Mastercard. And once they complete everything, then only they get those course credits. So throughout the semester, they give at least 2 presentations. Sometimes it depends on the job roles. They give some tests that supervisor asks them to do. So every month they meet with their supervisor to check the continuous progress. And when they get the credit for the course, like the regular grade, it would be like based on their performance at college, like the courses that they're completing, as well as the manager's evaluation report. So now I'm going to talk about the outcome. So the outcome is like very impressive. So we are very happy with the outcome, because for last 3 years, total 17 apprentices they did the apprenticeship program at Mastercard, and 15 apprentices they got full-time job at Mastercard, and currently we have 2 apprentices who are pursuing the apprenticeship program now. So this is like a program success measure, but the impact that we saw among our students, that is like huge impact, because these days we see like when the students come for the cybersecurity major, they always, from their first semester, they ask like, how can I be prepared? What are the career readiness workshop or like curricular, extracurricular we can do to apply for the Mastercard? What can make my resume better? So that's what I see like since the first semester that they joined, which was not the case before that. And they have now deeper understanding like what industry needs. Also, we do several workshops with our alumni, with our former Mastercard hires, and they keep talking. They generally mentor like the current students, and they tell them like what is required, how they can be better for the job application, what is the interview process. And so it improved the job readiness a lot throughout in last 3 years. And there is a like organic networking and mentorship in between the current students and the former students, because once they join the Mastercard as an apprentice, they generally keep looking for like the alumni, and the alumni they guide them very well, like what to do, like what are the certification that they can take, what are the project, and what other like other involvement they can do at Mastercard. So it is reinforcing the value of the education and career readiness through the alumni success stories. Next slide, please. So next slide, Marsha is going to talk about the next outcome that we have. Marsha,
Yes, so thank you. So like with Simulate, because we're the Office of Credit Prior Learning, it goes both ways. So we have students come through our office who petition to have something evaluated, but when we have these projects, the faculty come to us to say we want to establish the credit because of how we can do it. So once we get the list of students, we similarly apply the same process where we work with the registrar to award the PLA credits or exemption credits if it's coming or it's embedded in the actual curriculum. We also had a similar apprenticeship program with Wells Fargo with programming and software development as AAS major. Follows the same structure as a Mastercard apprenticeship program, where the boot camp is followed by the apprenticeship program. But in this case, not all the students get the apprenticeship, from what I understand. So, but because they went through an intensive boot camp, we still award credit for at least for the internship component of that particular major, and recognize that they did go through an extensive training. Even though they'll get the placement, we're still awarding them credit for prior learning. So it's still an incentive for students to even be exposed to the process, to the experience, and so that's essentially what's been going on. So we're looking to expand these types of work-based learning, marriage with credit for prior learning. Yes. So that's, this is like, been successful, and we're looking to also expand this with our natural sciences program. So more to come on that. But yes, this is, a great opportunity for students to have career development, credit for prior learning, work-based learning, and embedded in the curriculum.
Thank you so much, Marcia and Doyle, and Praveen as well for bringing your work to us today. We're going to save questions until the end and move right on to Dean Hurley from the Lehman School of Business.
Hi, good morning. Next slide, please. Yes, the Lehman College School of Business was launched in July of 2020. I just want to give you a brief background so that you can see where the embedded internship fits. We have 3 departments: accounting, management, business innovation, finance, and information systems and economics. So we serve about 1,400 majors, undergrads, and graduate students. And the focus of school from the day we launched was to get our students career ready through experiential learning activities. So that involves all the faculty and departments incorporating NAES competencies intentionally into their courses. And in addition, we developed a co-curricular activities program called LEAP, where students participate in various activities outside of the classroom for which they are gaining competencies and they're gaining points towards, and we give them awards at the end. So, and also we are starting fall of 25, incorporating 2-credit internship, 2-credit career preparedness course as part of our degree requirement. So every student will have to go through 2 credits of this career readiness course to satisfy the degree. And our goal in a medium to long run is that all our students participate in at least 1 paid internship before they graduate. Next slide. So we were so excited when we got this embedded internship program. And sorry, I meant to say CUNY Office of Careers and Industry Partnership, sorry. Because it really falls in line with what we are trying to do, which is to promote more internship among our students. And the program is designed to give our students hands-on experience through paid internships while they also earn academic credits towards the degree. So with the program that we decided to start with was accounting, because accounting is one program where AMNA was able to bring some industry contacts to the big 4 companies for us, to New York Job CEO Council folks too. And we spoke to a lot of them, and they were able to provide our students with some internship opportunities. And the internship with these accounting firms is a whole semester internship. It starts in January and it doesn't end till like March, April. So it's kind of like awkward ending because it's not quite a whole semester, but it's very intense. Students cannot take classes during the time. They have to work at least 35 hours and maybe even more, depending on if it's a tax season, and if it's a tax intern, it could be more hours. So we were trying to figure out how we can do this, fit it into our program so that we encourage our accounting students to participate in that kind of valuable internship opportunity, and you know, and at the same time help them to maintain their progress towards the degree completion. A lot of our students are reluctant to take on semester-long internships for a couple of reasons. One is because they don't want to stall on their progress towards the degree completion is one. The second one is financial aid issue, because they, you know, and if they start in fall and they got the financial aid for the whole year, now if they don't take classes in spring, that affects the financial aid. So we came up with this idea of variable credit internship program, because so basically this is a course, it's an internship credit course where the students can earn up to 9 credits for participating in an internship. And we went through a curriculum committee, the department level, the school level, and we went through the college level, and it got approved by our Lehman Senate in December of 2024, and we were so excited. So we started marketing that program only in like second week of December, because we couldn't market it ahead because it was not approved yet. So next slide, please. So what it entails is basically students are, they have to work in a supervised, accounting workplace setting. And basically the way we worked it out is we know that New York State and accrediting agencies have specified that if you work 45 hours, it's equal to 1 credit, 45 hours. So we took that guideline and we build it out. So we said, if a student's working 45 hours, they can enroll in this course for just 1 credit. And they can earn 1 credit towards it. If they're working 80 to 90 hours, then they can earn 2 credits. So we build it up all the way up to 9 credits. So you can have a class with all the students doing different number of hours of internship, earning different credit hours, but doing the same work. And the learning objectives of our course is basically to build competencies, right? Competencies are communication, verbal, written, work in teams, solve problems, also know how to apply classroom knowledge to real world tasks, professionalism, technology is another one. And also for us, the advantage is that we are able to now get feedback from our students, as well as hopefully some employers on how to improve our programs and our courses and how we're teaching our students. Next slide. So the way it works is, so once we got, we were told that it was approved in the first week of December, we started promoting it. We had flyers, we promoted through social media, we promoted through our faculty, our advisors. And the way it works is the students have to request to enroll in this course. It's all by permission. They request to enroll in this course. At the time they enroll, they request to enroll, they have to give us an offer letter. An offer letter should have some indication of the number of hours they'll be working. And so their then next step is meet with the academic advisor in our school who looks through the degree, works with them, determine the number of credits they qualify. And then the advisor gives them permission to enroll. And this is interesting. So students may qualify to enroll for all 9 credits, but they may not have room in the degree, in the program to even enroll to get 9 credits. So the advantage of this is it still allows students to get some credits towards the degree, even though they may qualify up to 9, but they may just be able to take 1 or 2 or 3 or 6. So anyway, the way the course is structured is they have to meet with the instructor who has a has a career specialist training, work with the faculty on a regular basis, like about 2-3 weeks. Every 2-3 weeks they have to meet together as a team, and they have breakout sessions where the instructor will kind of like direct them on different topics that they'll be talking about. They have to have reflection papers on work related topics. And also they are going to be, each of them are going to be assigned a mentor. So we already have a relationship with iMentor through a Black Male Initiative program in our school. So we are bringing them on board with us, and they're going to be assigning mentors to our students, and they have to meet with the mentor at least twice a semester. And then the mentor will prepare a report on each student in the meeting. So this is what the course is made up of. Next slide, please. So basically, I'll come back to the course, but in addition to that, the funding that we got, we were able to put a little bit towards also paying students for internship, because some of the opportunities are there, but the organization cannot pay for it. So there are 2 internship programs that we now have, in addition to a variable internship program. One is a small business internship programs that we have been doing in partnership with our School of Continuing Professional Studies, where students undergo training, they get 4 credits for undergoing this training, and then they get paid internship with small businesses in the Bronx. And during that time, they take this internship course, which is BBA 370, and they get 3 credits. So the students come out of the program with 7 credits of applied learning. And the second one that we just introduced with this funding from this embedded internship is Volunteer Income Tax Assistance Internship Program for our students. And this is there's a strong need for it in the Bronx. So we offer that starting this January. We had the students apply for the program. They undergo interview with us, and then they enroll. Once they are admitted, they enroll in this program. And for the first month to 5 weeks, they undergo a training with our faculty, who's a provider, site coordinator. Yeah, so they undergo, so after training, they do the tax preparation for the community members under the supervision of our faculty in an assigned location. And then at the end, they do a reflection paper, and then they get paid for the tax preparation hours, which is about 50 hours. So we're launching that program. So now we have 3 programs that we have launched that's running now this spring. Next slide, please. And we have now a total of, between all these 3 programs, 50 students who are engaged in internship that they're earning credits for. So what is our vision in the long run? Our vision is that we want to make this variable internship credit course be a part of our permanent offering. Why is it permanent? Because at the moment, because we wanted to launch it so quickly for spring, we made it experimental, which is so counted towards the credit, but it's just that we are only allowed to run it for 2 semesters. So we're now going to make it a permanent offering so we can offer it every semester in our 3 departments. So we're going to have 3 different ones, one for business, one for accounting students, one for economics and finance students. And then we also want our students to come out, as we said, with 1 paid internship in the field of study, for which they'll be awarded academic credits. And we want to create an internship pipelines. We are now starting to build partnership with different industries. So, for example, Lincoln Hospital came to us, and they are now very interested in creating a pipeline with us. So we now have 5 interns who are now working with Lincoln, who are also taking our internship course to earn credits. So, and also for us, the vision is, we're going to use this internship to help get feedback from employers and students to evaluate and revise our academic courses and programs so that we can strengthen applied learning activities. What are our challenges so far? Our challenges are basically building industry relationship because we have very limited contacts with the industry in the sense that we have some contact, but we need to expand on that. We also have, our students we are primarily a transfer college in the sense that about 60 to 70% of our students are transfers. They're coming to us from community colleges with a lot of the elective credits all failed. So we have this challenge of we actually have 5 students who wanted to do variable internship course with us who are undergoing internship with the Big Four, but they cannot because they have no room left in the elective credits to do that. So unfortunately, they couldn't do even 1 credit of it because they have nothing in the degree works for that. So that's a challenge for us. So what we're doing is we're now trying to reach out more to our freshmen and sophomore. We're educating them on that. So finally, we've actually got 2 sophomore to start the internship this semester with 2 organizations, and they're taking also this variable internship credit with us. So we're hoping to change the culture of our students starting from earlier years instead of waiting till they're juniors and seniors. Data collection is a problem for us, tracking students and their internship programs, and also tracking and collecting data about our industry partnership. That's another piece that we have to work on, and also funding for unpaid internships. There are a lot of great opportunities out there, but some of them are not able to pay for it. For example, we just got an internship opportunity with the Mind Builders, which is a nonprofit organization in South Bronx that they wanted a marketing intern, and we worked with them a job description. So now we're giving them an intern, and we're paying out of this embedded internship program. So the student, we have now like 50 applicants for 1 position we have, and the student will start sometime this month for that. So we have all these opportunities, a lot of work to do. And because we just started this program, I don't have much of an impact data or data to share with you, but hopefully next year we'll have a lot to share with you.
Thank you so much, Dean. Great to hear about this program. We're going to move right on to Stephen Nunez from BMCC. Stephen, are you okay with me running your slides?
Yeah, that's fine. Thank you.
Okay.
And good morning, everyone. So like Alyssa mentioned, my name is Stephen Nunez. I'm from BMCC, from the Adult Continuing Education Division. I'm the Director of Office of Apprenticeship Programs and IT Programs. And as you can guess from my first slide, we are an internship/apprenticeship program in the digital world that we're in right now. Before I begin, it's very important that we all understand, before we embark into any industry, into any sector, that we need to look at a 10-year trajectory of what are the trends. So based on the Department of Labor, we did some research and we found out that healthcare and social services, technology and software development, finance and banking, hospitality and tourism are the trends over the next 10 years. So with that being said, we decided to embark in the technology sector because that's actually going to permeate in every sector that I just mentioned. It's going to also account for 2/3 of the jobs of the future. So next slide. So what is an apprenticeship program? Most organizations or most institutions have a standard apprenticeship programs. Ours at BMCC Continuing Education, it is the U.S. Department of Labor apprenticeship program. So we are registered by the Department of Labor to offer apprenticeship programs in 3 specific trades, which I will cover. So what is an apprenticeship? Apprenticeships are combined paid on-the-job training with classroom instruction to prepare workers for high-skilled careers. Apprenticeship programs also help employers recruit, build, and retain a highly skilled workforce, and pretty much everybody covered that from both the degree side and now me on the continuing education side. Workers, employees, or students benefit from apprenticeships by receiving a skill-based education that prepares them for good-paying jobs. And graduates also earn credentials and industry-based certifications and licenses that they can use and matriculate over to the main campus to get their 2 or 4 year degree. Next slide. So why apprenticeships? That model works. It's been time tested. It's also evidence-based. Apprenticeship programs, it is the fast track to the middle class. After completing an apprenticeship program, the starting average salary is $80,000, 90% retention after completing an apprenticeship program. And attrition is usually what affects a lot of companies, that there is not a sense of loyalty, but because students start in an apprenticeship program and employers get to connect with them during that 1 to 2 year process, they tend to give them a good wage and also additional fringe benefits that would allow them and want them to stay long term. And over a lifetime, students earn over $300,000 a year more than those that do not participate in an apprenticeship program. And nationwide, over 800 apprentices are enrolled throughout our country in a registered apprenticeship program on both a federal and local state level. Next slide, please. So what are the key components to our apprenticeship programs? Like I mentioned, there's 3 trades that we have and been approved for. We're a fairly young program. We just got awarded the trades back in September of 2024. Those trades are cloud computing, computer network support, and security analyst. And essentially, it's a 1-year time-based 12 months for 2,000 hours. They get a combination of classroom instruction, hands-on industry project work-based learning in evening programs or whether it be daytime programs. And we also have pre-apprenticeships. We are primarily a pre-apprenticeship at BMCC at the Adult Continuing Education Center. And then those that complete our pre-apprenticeship program are enrolled as an apprentice for the IT department at the main campus. Pre-apprenticeship opportunities allow us to build stackable credits towards a degree. What makes this apprenticeship program at BMCC very unique is when you hear a registered apprenticeship program, it's that the institution is an employer. So BMCC is actually an employer. At the main campus, they hire our students that are enrolled in their pre-apprenticeship program into a full-time job under those 3 trades, and they are awarded income while they're there. In addition, they get a one-on-one mentor to be a part of the IT department. Next slide. So what is the curriculum, instruction, and certification prep look like? There are 4 vendors that we work with, which is CompTIA. We work with Cisco, ISC Squared, which is the cybersecurity, and we work with AWS. We are all academies, or we are academies for all these certifications. So these certifications is the curriculum that we use to do a prep for the actual exam. And when they pass that exam, those that are interested can matriculate and get credit for prior learning by being enrolled in our pre-apprenticeship program. And I'll go over it a little bit more in detail when we go over our logic model. So essentially, there are 3 areas that I want to discuss here in this slide. Students that complete our apprenticeship program can be awarded up to 12 college credits towards their degree. In order to do that, we did a crosswalk, a curriculum mapping in partnership in lieu with the Computer Information Systems Department. So you've heard from other presenters that students, can get awarded college credits. We followed a similar model. We work closely on the academic side. We did a map, and they awarded based on the classes that we offer that they can actually get college credits, which is equivalent what they would get in the classroom at the main campus. The challenges that we face is that there's a gap between learning on the job training that aligns with traditional college credits requirements and the standardization of it. Every college has their bit of nuances in how they decide to award college credits. There isn't one standard, and I'm so very appreciative of this presentation and to hear others too as well. And it's an indicator that we need to start considering how we can standardize this across CUNY so our students can benefit CUNY-wide. So here at the end, I just wanted to go over our logic model and how we designed it here at Continuing Education. Is first we start with career exploration. Most of our students that come in are career changers or very little to no experience in IT. So we have a career exploration bridge course that they participate in. From there, they would learn what path that they want to decide to go to. Once they decide the path, then from there, they move on to our pre-apprenticeship program, and they will enroll in either a 8-week or 15-week course. While they're there, they will connect with our industry partners. We have an advisory board that we work with. There's career fairs. There's job boards that we have. We use the platform Handshake, which is something that we implemented at the college. Social networks, and our business developers, aka job developers. Once they decide the path that they want to go in and they complete the program, we enroll them into the actual apprenticeship. So as of this week, we just started this program. Like I mentioned, we just got awarded this back in September. So now we have completed our few cohorts, and they will start at the main campus in about 2 weeks, their first apprenticeship program. So we just completed ours right now and placed them into those 3 trades that I mentioned earlier. And while they're there, they'll have on-the-job training and have to complete related instruction while on the job, which they'll take some evening classes or they'll sign up towards their 2-year degree. Our foundation has always been to provide wraparound services to help them get to the finish line and do college and career readiness workshops. And with that, I want to say thank you. That's my time. I left a QR code if you want to see our website, which is newly launched. Sometimes we feel like we're flying a plane and building it at the same time. And essentially, this is exactly what it is. So we're fairly new. We have young enrollments into our program. Please go to our website. I'm happy to collaborate and provide more details to anyone on this call.
Thank you so much, Stephen. Great to hear about your program. We are moving very quickly to our last presenter today, Paula Jimenez from the CUNY Reading Corps.
Thank you, Lisa. Good morning, everyone. I am Paula Jimenez. I am a project director at CUNY Reading Corps. CUNY Reading Corps has been running for about 5 years, and it was founded by Dr. Katie Pace-Miles. She is a professor at Brooklyn College and a reading scientist. In the fall of 2020, Professor Miles noticed that instructing her graduate students in the literacy course, in which I was taken in 2021, that entails teaching systematic and explicit phonics instruction will not be enough to equip her students with the tools needed to support striving readers within their classrooms. And so she used Reading Rescue, which is now called Reading Go, as part of her fieldwork requirement to support the CUNY students' learning in the course by providing them with real-life experiences and using research-based reading intervention focused on teaching systematic and explicit phonics to tutor students to improve their literacy skills. I will discuss with you today who we are, who CUNY Reading Corps is, and how we use structured tutoring programs in which are Reading Ready and Reading Go to provide CUNY college students with the work experience that are embedded within their courses needed to fulfill their fieldwork requirements. Their tutoring experiences within our programs provides them with the training, skills, and also confidence needed to support striving readers in their current and future classrooms. Next slide, please. We formed an alliance between CUNY and DOE to provide high dosage tutoring across the city with a twofold mission. We provide training and practice to pre-service teachers by embedding clinical experience in education coursework. We also improve literacy skills for students with the greatest need in New York City public schools. The students are in grades like kindergarten, first, and second grade. We also support students in grades 3 to 5 that need support in reading. There below, you can see our picture of some of our tutors in one of our partner schools in the Bronx. And on the right side, you'll see pretty much a professor with her graduate students instructing her course. Next slide, please. This is the scale of CUNY Reading Corps from 2020 to 2024. As you can see, we have grown immensely from the time we began to the most last year academic school year of 23 to 24. In the school year of 2020 to 2021, we served 324 students. And then last year, we served about 2,355 students in which we provided tutoring services to. We also continue to increase our capacity in providing CUNY college students with an invaluable opportunity. We began with just 275 tutors in the school year of 20 to 21. And then last year alone, we trained over 880 tutors. Next slide, please. We enriched the practice of future teachers enrolled in CUNY colleges by exposing them to evidence-based and research-based reading interventions. Here are our two programs, Reading Ready and Reading Go. Reading Ready is a program designed to teach a student to lift off into the ability to read words, starting with the most basic letter-sound combination. And so it focuses on teaching students those early foundational literacy skills. Reading Ready was created by Dr. Katie Pace-Miles, and it uses a simple research-based approach. Is structured around 5 components that are focused on letter sound knowledge, phonemic awareness, phonics, and decodable text reading. Each tutoring session will typically take 20 to 30 minutes. Reading Go is designed to support striving readers in first and second grade. It used to be called Reading Rescue. They changed the name to provide a more positive outlook on how the program supports students in attaining their reading skills to become better readers. The program weaves together best practices and teaching that are aligned with the science of reading and provides a strong structure for a highly engaging and impactful intervention. Reading Go uses a simple research-based approach, and it helps students build foundational skills across all 5 pillars of literacy, which are comprehension, vocabulary, reading fluency, phonics knowledge, and phonological awareness. The program also includes systematic and explicit phonics instruction. Each tutoring session may take typically between 40 to 50 minutes. For each program can be provided remotely via Zoom or in person at a school, and the instruction is conducted one-to-one. We also provide in-person small group instruction to students that have similar needs. Next slide. In every term, and that is fall and spring, we partner with colleges to support their CUNY students in completing their fieldwork requirements in their respective courses. The courses tend to be focused on literacy. Here are just examples of just a few colleges and the courses that students tend to be enrolled in and have a fieldwork requirement to fulfill using either our programs Ready or Go. So we are partnered with Brooklyn College with their undergrad program and their bachelor and early childhood program for Bachelors of Arts. The course is focused on literacy teaching and learning in early childhood. This course is for 3 credits. There's 30 hours of field work in which they would the student will tutor in Reading Ready. The field work consists of training and 40 tutoring sessions. Then we also are partnered with LaGuardia Community College for their Associates in Arts. That's the course right there, which is 3 credits. There's 15 hours of field work, which consists of 22 tutoring sessions. The training is also included in the course requirement. We also support graduate courses in Brooklyn College. That's how I started myself as a tutor. I was doing it for my field work, for my master's program, and then I just fell in love with the program and also continued tutoring. Tutors receive many benefits in tutoring in our programs. We ensure that all CUNY students are pets clear before we pair them with a student. And if needed, we provide them with a waiver for their pet's fingerprinting fee so they don't have to go into their pockets to have an extra expense. When CUNY students are enrolled in our programs, we provide them with opening session that introduces them to our team, who we are, our programs, and their expectations as tutors. We provide them with asynchronous training that they can complete at their own pace by their designated deadline for their courses. We then schedule a closing session via Zoom, and this is a practice component in which they could practice what other trade need, is guided by an experienced lead tutor. They also have an assigned lead instructor. This is like their mentor. This is a well-experienced tutor that observe their tutoring sessions just to maintain the program's fidelity. We provide CUNY students with their tutoring kits at no cost. This includes the program manuals and manipulatives. We ship it to their homes or to their colleges. After they complete the required tutoring sessions to fulfill their fieldwork requirement, we provide them with the opportunity to continue with us as a paid tutor at a rate of $20 per hour. They also have the opportunity to become a small group tutor or a lead instructor, which I also ended up becoming, and support a caseload of tutors tutoring with their program of expertise. Each program has its own training. So Reading Ready is a total of 6 hours that is of content and implementation training. Reading Go is a total of 10 hours for content and implementation training. However, each training course contains 10 modules that are embedded in the training course. Each module builds on the last. They get to watch videos, answer guided reflection questions, complete quizzes to check for their understanding, as well as discussion forums so they can engage with colleagues in their cohort. CRC tracks the training completion, and we keep professors updated with each student's status. We also require tutors to complete like a video assignment for their after they complete their training and participate in the practice session. The lead instructor they have been assigned to will review the video. It will only take them 3 to 5 minutes to complete it. And this is just so we can ensure that the CUNY student is well equipped to start tutoring a student. CUNY Reading Corps provides CUNY students with professional development, and this entails 2 to 3 formal observations from their lead instructors, and which provides them with helpful feedback. The lead instructor offers weekly office hours to support them in improving their tutoring skills. They will do mock sessions. They will go over the components. They will discuss how to handle students' behavioral challenges or how to keep them engaged, any strategies that will be needed to help the tutor just become a better tutor and also support the success rate of their students. Each program has its designated website that contains free resources to also support the tutors' tutoring skills. That is data trackers, lesson prep, assessment administration. We also have videos there that they could use to help them pretty much understand how to implement each component of the program. We collaborate with the professors to ensure their CUNY students get through all requirements to fulfill their fieldwork. We ask that the professor informs their students ahead of the semester that this is a fieldwork requirement or a major project. We ask them to provide them a survey of understanding, include like a small blurb of what the program entails within their registration, and also map out the weeks for training and weeks for tutoring, so like that we have clear deadlines of when the training should begin and tutoring should be completed. The CRC staff coordinates as well and oversee and training. We monitor the PETS clearance. We pretty much pair the CUNY students with students from public schools, whether in person or remotely, with striving readers based on their schedule. And we'll also track fieldwork completion. Here we can see pretty
Paula,
much.
I'm sorry to interrupt you. Just so you know, we have 1 minute remaining in the session.
Yes.
Please, feel free to wrap up. If anybody needs to drop off, thank you for joining today. And anybody who can hang on for a minute, we'll wrap up just as soon as Paula is done. And apologies for the interruption, Paula.
It's okay. Sorry for taking a while, but this is basically what our tutors say. Our CUNY students are saying that our programs increase their awareness of research-based reading instruction. They foresee using the strategies or activities in the future, in their teaching, their students in the future as well. So these are programs that CUNY students pretty much have these life experiences and skills to tutor students once they become teachers. In our next slide, we will see some images of what tutoring can look like in a school. On the top left, that's what in-person tutoring looks like. We have the tutors with their materials and their student there based on the classroom. And at the bottom, that's what remote instruction looks like. So someone from the school will log the student into their sessions. And this is how the tutors have their experiences in tutoring students. And they could take on this into their classrooms once they become a teacher. If you have any questions, you can also email us if you would like to partner. If you have any courses within your colleges focused on literacy, we would love to collaborate as well and just support your future teachers. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Paula. And thank you so much, everybody, for joining today. I'm so sorry we had these 4 great programs to showcase and we did not have time for questions as we had hoped. But I hope that today's session has been useful and interesting for understanding how several different models of work-based learning are currently functioning. There's a lot of new and exciting things in the works, as you can hear. I will be sharing the recording of the session as well as the slide deck from today. And I think that I speak on behalf of all of today's presenters when I say that everybody is interested in learning and sharing and collaborating. So please feel free to reach out to my office or to any of today's presenters for more information. And also, I think that Amna and I would both invite any outreach from any department or college that is interested in exploring possible ways of growing and developing work-based learning experiences. Thank you again for coming today, and everybody, happy Friday. Have a great weekend.